Today's collectible spot, we are having a look at the Oscar Torres 3D printed Godzilla miniature figures. A big thanks to Oscar for taking the time and sending these my way. Spot's going to have a look at these, and if you guys are interested in checking out more, I'll put the links down below and you can head over to, well, currently he's got an Instagram, but he's also working on a store as well if you guys are interested in picking these up. Spot will preface this review, sadly, with the, well, it's not necessarily the fact that the figures themselves, well, are fragile, but unfortunately I think during the time of having it delivered to me, the postman, I don't know what he was doing with it, but the package ended up getting a little crushed, and as a result, some of the pieces have come off. For example, and I think this is MechaGodzilla, the hands have come right off. So I'm going to have to take some glue and glue those back on, which is really a shame because MechaGodzilla is one of my favorites. I think this is MechaGodzilla. It is one of my favorites from the set that he sent over. The other casualty, unfortunately, at the time that this was delivered, Mothra. Mothra's antenna got unfortunately broke. The cool thing about Mothra, though, unlike the other pieces, is that Mothra is slated for Wave 2, and it's going to be a glow-in-the-dark series. So the actual Mothra itself, will glow in the dark. And I'll try to do that in a second. I'll show you guys. Hopefully we can get Mothra to glow here. But unfortunately, yes, antenna broke off slightly. By the way, these are 3D printed figures. So Oscar has printed these using 3D printing technology. And we're going to have a look at these individually. And again, we'll look at Mothra in a second. Hopefully we can get it to glow. Okay, so first things first, let's have a look at MechaGodzilla. For smaller pieces, you know how Spot feels when it comes to smaller collectible figures like Muscle. These are kind of very much in the same vein as Muscle, just Godzilla. I wish I had gotten actually a Godzilla in this set, but I'd be more inclined to probably pick up the set now because I want to get Godzilla. So we've got MechaGodzilla. Really nice looking figure. No articulation to speak of on these. They're just statued pieces. Again, it's a shame that Mecha's hands have come off. I'll have to just take some glue and glue those on. And we'll put MechaGodzilla right there. I honestly don't know the names of these other two characters. So if anybody is a big fan of Godzilla, you can let me know down below. But one of them is kind of a tar slime creature, like a swamp creature. A little bit bigger as well. Well, I guess a little bit wider than MechaGodzilla, about the same height though. These are plastic as well. And we also got a squid character as well. And again, plastic. He is also planning on printing waves of the Godzilla NES figures. And there's also a King Lizard I think he's got planned for it too. So if you guys are following him or want to follow him on Instagram, the Instagram is Torres, Torres 54 on Instagram. He'll be announcing it on Instagram. And you can actually pre-order these for yourself. And also, too, these are all production runs, original production runs, too. So he's going to be finessing some of the figures, but he wanted me to just have a look at some of the early prototype figure releases. Again, there we have Mothra. A little bit bigger as well than the other figures. By comparison, there he is next to the squid. And you know what? Let's see if we can actually get Mothra to light up, because obviously that's the big draw of Mothra versus the others, is that Mothra can light up. Let's see if we can actually get Mothra to light. And I don't know if you can hopefully see it. Mothra does light up. It lights up a lot brighter in hand. The camera, I think, only caught it for a short period of time. But it does project a very bright, which you probably can't see it now, does project a very bright, glowing effect. Again, a very big thanks to Oscar Torres for taking the time and sending these my way. He must have known that I was a big fan of Muscle, and I don't know, you take Muscle and you take Godzilla and put it together to get something like this, that's pretty cool. Definitely would like to get my hands also on a little Godzilla as well. Today we're having a look at the Oscar Torres 3D printed Godzilla figurines. Stay tuned, guys. Spot's going to have more collectible spots heading your way. Thanks for watching as you always do. See you next time.